So if we have an overclassification problem in the U.S., do we also have an overclearance problem in the U.S.? I mean, I know that millions of Americans, either full-time employees or consultants to various parts of the U.S. government, have some level of clearance, of security clearance, which means they have access to some level of overclassified information. What do we think about that process, Jane?
Well, it's kind of circular. We overclassify, so yes, we overclear. Our clearance process is very cumbersome. And for example, in the early 2000s, when we were in Afghanistan and Iraq, I was very much in favor of getting language speakers who spoke dialogues to read some of the information we were getting through so-called technical means, that means non-humans, or humans, because they would understand better what the words meant than would somebody who studied Arabic at Harvard University, unless that person were native. Problem, couldn't clear those people because they had a grandma in Baghdad, and everyone was afraid that they would be some form of blackmail against them. So what I argued we needed was a tiered classification system where you can clear people only up to a certain amount. In other words, some person who speaks a regional dialect could be given papers to read but not told the context of the papers. So that person would just translate the language, and then somebody with a higher classification level could put that together.
So of the classified briefings and documents that you are now exposed to with that clearance that you need to have to do the job to provide the advisory work that you do, what percentage of those today would you say, in your view, actually needs to be classified? The documents and the documents and the briefings that you have received in the last, say, 2 years. What percentage actually needs to be classified?
I don't know the answer to that. I don't think all of it needs to be classified. I totally agree. I think.
But is it closer to 90 or is it closer to 10?
No, it's not 10. It's not 10.
It's not 10. I guess let me ask the question in a slightly more direct way. Do you think that you could do your job equally well without a clearance?
No. I just had a series of briefings in this role that I now have on threats, especially the China threat. And there was information in that briefing that I don't think I could get from open sources. And I think having that information makes me better informed to help make the decisions for this commission.